Hello. I think we're live. I believe one person's watching, three people watching. So, can you put a note in the comments that you can hear me? Hit the super like button. Thanks, Paul. Can you hear me? Everyone hear me? Because last time I did one of these, I spoke for about 20 minutes with no sound. So I need to know that you can hear me. If someone can give me a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thanks, Paul. Right, so yeah, well, I was looking forward to brilliant. Cheers, guys. I was looking forward to Regal doing an update on RegalCon, but he's not gone live tonight. So I thought, do you know what? Last minute, I'll do a live stream because I've got a new helmet. It's the Disney Galactic Archives Commander. Now, do you say it? Prye, Pyre, Commander Prye. I'll be honest, I know nothing about the character. So basically, my little boy made me buy it. We were flicking through the Disney and store online, and my little boy said, "Daddy, there's a gold helmet. We need to get it. We need to get it." And well, yeah, that's all I need to part with some cash. Is a 4-year-old telling me I need to buy something. So yeah, we've bought it. So I'll just sort of say hi to Paul, hi to Zombie. Thanks for coming in, guys. And then I'll grab the box because it's next to me. So I have had a sneak peek. I'll be honest, um, but I haven't had a proper look. So you'll be looking at it with me. Um, First impressions. Don't blame the kids. No, well, I have to blame the kids. It's the only way I get with it, and it's my wife's birthday tomorrow. So um, I've just broke. I said to her, I'm going live in half an hour. So she was like, whatever. So she's currently downstairs doing a jigsaw, and my daughter's watching some film. So I don't know what it is. So yeah, so should we open it? Should we have a look? I'm pretty excited about this actually. 'Cause it's quite a nice looking helmet. So I'll start off with the box. So the box is a standard sort of Galactic Archives box. If you've seen stuff before, um, pretty simple four-sided box. They're not like the Black series that have 5 sides and make it a little bit awkward to stack. These are pretty simple. It's got the generic grey and red, and then on the top there's a First Order logo. Yes, open it. I know. I'm gonna. So on the front, you see the front of the helmet there. Then there's a side view, sort of a moody angled look, and then the other side of it. And then on the bottom, there's just a load of gump. Really, there's nothing there. One thing I will say is I've seen videos of this. I've seen shorts from one of the cons in the States, and it looks shiny, shiny. But the images on the box look more yellow. So I'm not 100%. I can't remember sort of how it looked when I had a quick peek. I mean, I've undone it. Ah, yeah, it's pretty shiny. So you get the pads. Ugh. We don't care about pads. Box open. Comes in a plastic cover. This is going to be a fingerprint magnet. So, there you go. That is the helmet, and as you can see, it is shiny. It's quite interesting because it's more orangey gold. It's got like an orange hue to it. I mean, it doesn't help with the lighting in this room really, but it's see me live stream in the helmet. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that zombie. This is the first Galactic Archives one I've got. I bought Galactic Archives Mouse Droid, which love. I think that's fantastic. And I've bought, I don't know if you can see it, but just here is the C3PO head. This is the first helmet I've bought from Galactic Archives. I've not really fancied one before now, other than the Kylo Ren, but it sold out pretty quick in the UK, so I never got a chance to get it. But yeah, I like this. It's the typical sort of Donald Duck style helmet. It is smaller than the Hasbro Black Series versions. I would say it's probably 90% size of a Hasbro, so, but it's pretty nice. It's got sort of, yeah, the grated bit there. I like the visor on it. It's more sort of bulged out, three-dimensional. I like this. Now, the way Disney do these is it has a section there, so there's elastic in here, and that allows you to put it on. So I think what I'll do, I've not tried this yet, so I'll take my headphones off, and then and my glasses, and I'll try it on. I'll probably look a prat, but you know. Right, let's have a look. Okay, first thoughts. I'll just put my earphones on so I can hear again. Okay, so right off the bat, so I can put it on. It fits. But inside, I don't know if it's going to show here. Maybe if I... You can see this ridge here. This bit. So you can see how it sticks out quite a bit. That bit was pushing on my cheeks, so I don't think I could wear it for a long time. It meant, because it's pushing on my cheeks, it meant the visor was slightly up on my vision, so I was having to sort of bend my head down to look through it. So it's not one that I could probably wear for any period of time. Let me try and get it a bit closer for you so you can have a look. We have. So you can see the finish on it. The finish is pretty nice. It's going to be a nightmare. I'm gonna be able to tell when the little man's been in here, though, can't I? Because this thing will be covered in fingerprints. So what do you think? Reckon that's worth buying? What have we got? 2 watching, so a whole total of 2. Make sure, Paul, you do your super like. It's okay that I don't really wear my... Yeah, no, to be honest with you, I don't wear mine. I say you don't wear them. Excuse me. I don't wear them anywhere out. Sometimes my little boy was like, "Oh, can we wear the helmets?" And we sort of move around the house pretending we're Darth Vader and a stormtrooper or something like that. But I don't wear them out anywhere. Yeah, yours still in boxes. Yeah, I remember you telling me this before. I did have my boxes sort of up on in me attic, in me loft, but it was taking up far too much room. So I've kept my boxes, but I've flattened them. I've got them flat, and I can store them that way. Not enough shelving. Yeah, I mean this I'm in the same boat. I've got nowhere to put that helmet at the moment, to be honest with you. So at the moment I use, so it's an old sort of oil drum with a table I've made on the top to do my reviews. That's going. I'm going to get 2 smaller that'll similar size, and that'll allow me to put 8 more helmets. And then behind the camera, sort of here, is a desk and a filing cabinet and all that. The filing cabinet's going because we've had the drawings today for our extension need renovation, so my wife will be moving into there. That'll allow me then to put another one of these Galactic units on this side here, so it'll go up to here, and that'll give me. I mean, that's a 5x5. I think I'll be getting a 4x4. So, yeah, that'll give me enough room for quite a lot more helmets. I'm going to put stuff up here, sort of behind me, in a pegboard, the same pegboard as, where are we? Here, this same sort of pegboard system from IKEA that I'm going to put blasters on. So the idea then is it doesn't matter where I am in the room, I can film stuff or I can alter it a little bit, and yeah, so it'll be a little bit of fun for my helmets. I'll find room for that helmet if you send it to me. Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love. Problem is, my little boy would be a bit upset. He'd kill me. I'm still waiting for my Commander Cody. That the guy, everyone in America's already had theirs, and we're still waiting for ours. No idea what's happening with that or when we're getting those, but you know, it is what it is. I'm surprised as well that we've not heard of any more helmets from. Sorry, I've got a little foot thing because I'm on a sit stand desk, so I've got a little foot thing down here and I keep catching it, so I'm just moving it. Yeah, I'm surprised we've not had anything off Hasbro for. I'll come back to that in a minute. Let me just so that one, people use motorcycle helmets for, yeah. Well, my plan is this side here. So this is a curtain. So there's a window here. So when the wife finally moves out of this room, I'm gonna get rid of the curtains because there's a blind. That means I can put stuff on the shelf as well, and I can put a shelf above the radiator. That's here. That I can put props on. But then above it, where the curtain rail is, I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to put some of the motorbike wall-mounted helmet stands along the top. I reckon I can get 7 or 8 on there. That'll give me a bit more room. I'm going to make a Star Wars panel to go around my light switch and have that all lit up. And then I'm toying with the idea of putting Hanning carbonite on the back of this door. So either making a really thin one that I can just stick to the back of the door, or whether I can get a graphic or some sort. To be honest, I'll probably make one because it'll be a little bit more personal then. Yeah, so that's the plan. That's the idea. I just thought, might as well, see I'm getting this entire room, I might as well fill it with as much stuff as I can. But sorry, yeah, going back to what I was saying. So helmets, I believe Hasbro Pulse have got a live event on Monday evening. So I've got a feeling they're probably going to announce a helmet then from Black Series. I've got a sneaky feeling it's going to be a repaint. I think we're going to get a Jango Fett, which I wouldn't be too upset about, but I'd like to see some new ones. I'd love to see a Paz Vizsla. I'd love to see password from the back of the door. Right, okay. I'll have to have it. You can buy a Hanning carbonite matte or poster of it at the back of yeah. I mean, because it's got all these sections, I probably have to put a really thin piece of MDF on the back of it or something like that, but that's not a problem. It's going to be my room, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I might look at that. I just thought if I had a 3-dimensional Hanning carbonite, it might look sort of a lot better. Yeah, guys, still feels weird that saying last year. So my kids, just going off on a tangent. So kids are a really big part of sort of my Star Wars journey. And sort of New Year's Eve, we watched. They had a nap in the afternoon because one's 8, well, she's 8 now. She was 8 on Christmas Eve. My little boy's 4, so he's 5 next month. So we stayed up. I do, yeah. I've got a couple actually. So they stayed up at New Year. They had a nap in the afternoon and they stayed up. So we watched. I bought a projector. So the idea for the projector was I was going to put it on sort of projecting images on the walls when I'm filming, but I've ended up using it as a projector watching movies. So we watched Star Wars, A New Hope, and stuff like that. And then we watched the fireworks. And my daughter couldn't grasp how it was 2025 1 minute, and then like 10 seconds later it was suddenly 2026. We're saying, no, that was last year when you did that. She was like, what? No, it was 10 minutes ago. It's like, yeah, but that was last year. So that was a bit of a weird one for us. On this one, 3D printer. Yeah, well, I used to have a business where I 3D printed parts for a certain industry that I was in. And I had 2 Zortrax printers. So I think I spent about £5,000 on 2 Zortrax printers. Far more than what I needed, but I spent on that. I got rid of them. I sold them probably around this time last year. And I did a 3D printing and CAD course. A friend of mine has a business that does it, so he put me on the course, and I got a free Creality Ender 3. So I've got that, and then I bought in one of the Black Friday sales, not last year, the year before, the Ender 3 XL, the big one, so I could print a helmet on it. Still in his box, never opened it, never touched it. Again, the plan is to set them up on the Calax that I'll be putting, the 4x4 Calax that I'll be putting here behind me. I'm going to put like a top on them, set my printers up on there so they're stable, print stuff during the weeks, and then when I'm filming, I can just move the printers. I know I'm going to have to recalibrate them, but it doesn't take a lot of effort, does it? Still got to finish off the side panels for it. Nice printed hand body for life size hand and go now. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because I know you can print the parts. So I'm thinking if I put like a board on there. I know I've got a door handle, but it is what it is. Maybe I'd take the door handle off and just disguise the hole and use a hand or something to open the door. I don't know. I'll have a think. But I'm thinking maybe I do the printing, put it all on some thin sheet of MDF or ply, do all the carbonite effects, paint it up, put it on there, and then paint the outer frame of the door in plywood. Plywood's a lot dearer, sort of here than MDF. I can get for about 12 quid a sheet, 15 quid a sheet, whereas a ply for the same thickness would be like 25 quid. But I'll have a look, because I might do that. I might sort of build a Hanning carbonite and put him on the door there. And I know it's not going to be thick 3-dimensional. Well, Han will be 3-dimensional, but so I'm not going to I'll put side panels and stuff. But I think it'll still have a nice effect or a good effect. I don't know. I've seen people do it. I don't know whether to put some Star Wars panels up as well. I nearly bought today the one that they sell on Disney. It's like 120 quid. There's a sale on at the moment on Zavvi in the UK, and you can pick them up for £90. I nearly bought one, but I'm thinking I can build a more accurate, bigger one for half the price. So I might just do that. So if you've got any suggestions for that sort of thing, let me know. I mean, what are we on? Oh, so there's 3 people watching now, so brilliant. So I don't know I don't know how many likes are on it. I can't see because I go through a third-party software rather than live through YouTube. So if you're watching, obviously Paul and Zombie are on. So whoever the third person is, drop a comment, drop a like. Really appreciate it. And I can do this thing as well. Actually, I can put this up and say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So yeah. So did everyone have a nice Christmas and New Year? Never done those panels. Is that Zombie the side panels are you on about now for the Han in carbonite? Because I mean, it's not something I'm gonna have to worry about because I'm not really gonna have the room. But I do want to do a panel. If give it a super like, that is so kind of, yeah. I love that. Yeah, make sure you like the super, do the super likes, and then just to make sure, like it again. That'd be perfect. People will be thinking, what the hell are you going on about? If anyone's watching this back, it'll be Rebel hiding, yeah, scouting. So yeah, so when you see people like Smuggler's Room and he does these panels, I'm thinking of doing one here to go around my light switch just to disguise it a little bit. The people that did this sign for me as well, they've said that if I send them a design, they'll. I mean, I have to pay for it. It's not a freebie, but they've said if I send them a design, they'll laser cut it out for me, so everything's neat and stuff like that, and I'll just pay them for that. So I think that's an option. That's what I might do. The panels, these Star Wars panels, yeah. I mean, I don't know whether to take advantage of the one that's on offer for £90 at the moment. Just seems a lot of money. So what would that be in dollars? 90 quid, 110, $120. Just seems a lot of sort of moolah to do a panel because it's not really. I've got all the dimensions and stuff like that. You can go on to. Let me get it up on my phone. I've got my phone here, so you can go on to what is it? Where is it? Where's the panel? No, I don't know where it's gone. What I'll do though, I'll put a link in the description to the plans for doing your own panels. It's all like off one of the prop building groups. So yeah, that's my plan there. Then I'm also, let me just find where the comments are gone. I'm also wanting to get some ships for the. That's a lot of Starbucks coffee. Do you know what it is, isn't it? Although our coffee machine's bust, so we had an Nespresso coffee machine, not sponsored, but if you want to, that'd be great. And it's died a death, so the wife's looking at a proper full-on coffee machine now, and everyone keeps telling me, "Oh, get this Ninja one. It's the best thing," and it's like you'll never buy Starbucks again. So yeah, who knows? I do like myself a Starbucks, Paul. I'll be honest. Although I'm more of a, and please don't let this make you switch off, but I'm more of a I got 59 helmets. I have no room for a coffee machine. 59 helmets. I mean, I bought the Boba Fett in lockdowns, and that was it. I was only buying the Boba Fett, and I've now filled that, which is 25, and then I've got how many on the top? No, that's 30. I've got 34, 35 now with the Commander Prye helmet, which I'm just going to pick up and show again because there's a few more people joined us. So this is the Galactic Archives Commander Prye helmet. So we unboxed it earlier, but this is the helmet here. Now I was saying earlier, the eyepiece sticks out inside, and that was hitting my cheekbones, so I couldn't wear it all the time. But with the Disney ones, you can hear that opening up, and it's on an elastic. I used to have a Tassico, yeah, and we've welcome to the coffee channel, Cantina Rebels coffee channel. Yeah, and then that died a death, and we bought Nespresso, and to be honest, that's been brilliant. But 8 years, 9 years, it's died. I'm getting an Imperial Gunner helmet next week. Yeah, I'd love to get one of those. There's some on my list that I would love. I love the Imperial Gunner. I love the Snow Troopers. I love the Is it Tank Trooper? I've got the Shore Trooper now, but those. Where are you getting that from, Zombie? Who's doing that for you? Or is only assuming you're buying it because you're getting it rather than you building it. So it'd be interesting where you get that from. I've seen a few different versions of it, so yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. Is it Excosa do a what is it? The Rebel sort of guards, what they're called, on the Tantive at the beginning of A New Hope, where Vader's got Antilles up. Those helmets, they've got one of them, which look really cool. But one I'd really want, I want Fennec, and I don't know why. I want Fennec Shand. I want her helmet because I think it looks cool. Well, I do know why I want it, because I've got her blaster, full-size blaster with the concealed blade in the back of it. It's just a raw print at the moment. It needs all doing, but that's a project for the new year. Bit small, black series. Right, okay. The thing I don't like about them as well, they're cheap, and I think for what you pay, they're good helmets. But what I don't like is they put like a big X on the back of the helmet, dead obvious place. I mean, I don't begrudge your business putting their name or logo on it, but like for example, Droid Division, when he does his droids, the Droid Division logos on internal parts or on the sole of the feet, or it's out of sight. You don't see it, but he's put it on there. And I think it's Koza, they should do the same. They should put it like, so they'll put the logo like here, and it's embossed, or it's 3-dimensional. It's not just printed so you can paint over it or scrub it off. But really, they could put it here, so it's still visible if you look for it, but it's not dead obvious. I mean, I'm just using this as an example. This is for we've lost one, but yeah. So again, this is the Commander Pyre. So I'll keep referring back to that just because obviously the thumbnail and the title is unboxing that. So if people keep popping in, they'll want to see it. Yeah. So Dawn Post TIE Fighter helmet. I've been trying to get the Dawn Post Anakin. Now they come up every now and again in the UK, and people want stupid money for it. And I was looking, I saw one, and someone wanted £150, and I was like, I'm not paying that, I'm not paying that. I'm sure I'll get one, and I'm just kicking myself now because whenever they come up, they're going for like 250, stuff like that, and I can't justify that in my head for just a hard shell. But I think if one come up again and it was like 120, something like that, I would definitely buy it. I've not seen his TIE Fighter helmet. I'd have to have a look, but what's the Excosa Ratat helmet? And yes, I said ATAT helmet like together, and you can see the ATAT is smaller. How much smaller would you say it is, Zombie? And so, how much smaller, and what's the quality like? Bar their logo, that's obviously up there. What's the quality like? So I'm not too bothered about it being small because, like you, I don't wear them. I stick them on a shelf or stick them on a. Because I think no one knew it was here in Australia. Yeah, and well, I think we had that here. There was a guy who was selling his collection, and he had the Stabula mask that you could buy, which was Don Prost. He's still got it for sale. The Naboo fighter pilot helmet, the Naboo starfighter pilot helmet, and he had the Anakin. The Anakin went straight away, missed that. But he also had some other stuff. So he had a mold and 30 resin. What they're called? Droid restraining bolts. So I bought them off him. So I've got the mold and I've got that. I might start making some of them. There you go. But the paint job's a bit. Yeah, I nearly bought the Fennec helmet because it was like £109, £120, but they've put a visor in it and it's static. So her helmet, if you buy one off certain other companies, the jaw bit drops like it does on hers, so you can have it sort of down here or up here. But they've decided to put a visor in it, and it doesn't have a visor. And yeah, I could take it out, but if I start messing about doing that, it's just not working. 95% to the Don Post. It is noticeable. Yeah, I might see about getting one. I did look at who's the Russian company who are now not Russian company. They moved to Uzbekistan or something like that. I can't think what they're called. Cybercraft. Is it Cybercraft? I think it's Cybercraft. A lot of people moan about them, saying that they steal other people's designs. I don't know. I don't know how true that is. But their helmets, they do a lot of videos showing them designing stuff, and so I don't know whether it was something they did and they don't do anymore. I don't know, but I mean, I've spoken to them in the past. They wanted me to get a helmet, and were going to give me a bit of a discount to review it, but I didn't really want to go down that. If I'm gonna review something, I want it to be something I've bought or something I want. I don't want to be sort of asking people for stuff or begging people. They're still making helmets. Is that Cybercraft? Yeah, I've seen some videos recently that they've done of some stuff. Yeah, look, there you go. You can tell it was an impromptu video because half an hour's notice. Because I normally purposely wear a Star Wars t-shirt, and I haven't. I've got Rage Against the Machine t-shirt on today, so show my age now. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've seen a quite a decent amount of stuff across the pond. Well, across the pond. It's not across the pond, is it? For you in Australia, it's the other side of the world. Um, but I see quite a lot. You can get a lot of stuff because like a lot of the Hasbro stuff's made in sort of Taiwan and China and stuff. So you get stuff a lot easier, don't you? Uh, Paul's Collectibles bought a helmet from. Oh yeah, he's just done a video, hasn't he? His wasn't Cybercraft though. It was. Let me have a look. Paul's Collectibles. He's just done a video. Yeah. Um, Samolov Art. Um, similar company, I believe. It's not the same company, but a similar company as in the Russian or some. Yeah, from Russia. Yeah, there you go. You've beaten me to it. Yeah, from Russia. I don't know if they're connected. You'd imagine they probably are, and they know people. It's like um, China with well, with anything really. I mean, one of the best things I bought was the Temple Guard mask. I mean that was it was about £15 off Temu. Um, it's normally a link in my description with videos for that. I don't get anything off them. I think the shop and the seller were they were really good and it came really well packaged. Oh, you know what? Oh, from Paul's Collectibles. Ah, right, okay, no, that's good. Um, if you know him, ask him if he wants to do come on the podcast. I'd be interested in talking to him. I can work around his timings. I managed to do it with Joel. It'd be quite interesting. It'd be nice to sort of chat to him and see what he thinks about the helmets, and maybe he can do a bit of a show and tell. That'll be quite good. So yeah, that'd be I'd be really interested in that. If he wants to sort of drop me a comment or something like that, yeah, if you can, that would be fine. I mean, you might not be interested. I'm going to try and speak to Eminem Prop Shop as well, because I'd love to get her on and just have a chat about Star Wars because she just comes across as such a nice person. There's some creators who just, like Joel. Joel's fantastic. He just comes across so genuine. I mean, others, yeah, she is. She is amazing. The stuff she does is just next level. It's the pride she takes in it. I'm not saying people don't take pride in it, but like Joel's stuff was amazing. That you did that droidica was spot on, and I've no doubt his battle droid's going to be as equally as amazing. Um, but Eminem Prop Shop, her weathering, that's what gets me. Another one I like is Sean Cash from uh, trying to finish something. I mean, he's not doing much at the moment because he's got into movies, and he's doing a lot of. He's prop master for a lot of movies, and he's building props that are now in movies and stuff. And I mean, it's mind blowing what he's done, and he's a subscriber. Um, but I've been chatting to him for a couple of years. He's a great guy, but his weathering that he does, and for me, it's the weathering that makes or breaks it. His weathering is just it's like Eminem, not Eminem as in the rapper or the sweets. Eminem Prop Shop. I don't know. They might be really good weatherers as well, but yeah, Sean's. Sean's channel. He's not posting much anymore. Like I say, he got a job on a horror movie and went from doing one prop to suddenly being head of props on the movie. Did most of the props, and then from that, he's been recommended, and he's been doing other movies and TV shows and series. But he's fantastic. Sean Cash, and it's the Try to Finish Something is his channel. It's like blue and orange logo, I think. But his is really good. In fact, do you know what? I should do a top 5 or top 10 favorite YouTubers, Star Wars YouTubers, because some of them are fantastic. I love the guy. I love them over at Smuggler's Room. I think some of the stuff that they do, they always come across as really genuine. Um, I like, yeah, I like Eminem Prop Shop, Sean's. I know Andy Mays. He worked special effects for 4 years. He worked on many big names. Wow, that is amazing. Who was it? Who was? There was someone on one of Joel's live streams. Works in the UK at a well-known studio. um, yeah, was on about doing a collab with me and Joel, coming on like a podcast with me and Joel. Um, I mean that'd be. I can't remember what his name was now. I makes for me, and he makes amazing stuff. Yeah, yeah. What time is it there in Australia now? So I'm 20 to 10. So what are you? About 20 to 11, something like that. 20 to 12. Is it like coming up to mid morning lunchtime for you? And whereabouts in the Great Down Under are you? Because I know there's a big difference, isn't there, from like time difference from Perth to. I mean, everyone knows someone in Perth. I've got friends in Perth, and my wife's got friends in Sydney. Victoria. Okay. Yeah, eight foot. All right, 8:42. So not as late as I thought. Still early morning though, isn't it? Any Victoria? Yeah. I always think it's strange Australia. How you've got your capitals. It's almost like the Vatican City. It's a city in a city. It's bizarre. But just in case anyone's joined and not seen it, so this was the unboxed helmet, the Commander Pyre. Um, it's a nice helmet. It's a lot more shiny than you think, and it's a fingerprint magnet without a doubt. Yeah. So we've got Australia represented in here tonight. We've got two of us from Northern England. Perth is the most isolated city in the world. Do you know what? I can believe it. I had a friend. Excuse me, mic off. I say have a friend. He was over here. There was an Aussie girl come over. Um, Ended up falling in love with her. Moved to Australia. Became a copper in Perth. Um, yeah. I've got another mate who married an Aussie girl from Perth. He moved over there. Guy called Adam, and God, that must be my eldest is 21, so that must have been no, just after about 2000. I think it's 25 years ago. God, I feel old. So he moved 25 years ago over to Perth. Beautiful city, but it just like you say, it's what's around there. Nothing big. US military base up that way, but other than that, you know, I think the only other place that's as that more isolated than there is what, Pine Gap up around there, but I don't think we're supposed to talk about that, are we? So, right, what does everyone think? I say everyone, Paul and Zombie. What do you think about the news this week that Kathleen Kennedy leaving and who's potentially taking control of the franchise? What are your thoughts on it? What do you think? What you're hoping comes of it or doesn't come of it? And where do you see Star Wars heading? Excuse me while I take a drink. Because for me, yes. Is that in relation to Kathleen Kennedy leaving? Someone said, funny enough, someone said this the other day on Instagram, and I not really thought about this, but when she was at before Disney bought it, when she was um, sort of at Lucasfilm under George Lucas, the stuff she did was amazing. You know, some of the stuff that she was involved in and did was amazing. But somewhere along the line, it all changed, and I'm not convinced it's all on her. I think the problem we have now is there's this big urge, not necessarily to appease to certain people. Um, I think it's more they're scared to offend certain people or certain. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think Disney as a whole are too scared. I don't even think they know. I think they're just too scared to offend, so they just pull everything back. She was the secretary originally. It's a little bit harsh. She did a lot more. She did a lot more than that. I'm not saying she's brilliant and we're gonna miss her, and but till K leaves and it's final, I won't get my hopes up. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. How many times have we heard this before? Yeah, I take my fear. So a lot of fans were hoping Filoni would take over, and it looks like he will. And my problem with that is I've just realised it tells me on the screen at the top how many people are viewing. Um, my concern with Filoni taking over is, I mean, easiest way for me to look at it. So I'm a massive football fan, so soccer fan is any Americans watching. So my team, love it or like it, is Man City. So we've got the greatest manager in the world in Pep Guardiola. Now, at some point, he's going to leave. Now, the fans' favourite is Vincent Company at Munich, and the reason being because he was a hero at the club, an absolute cult hero. Now, my fear is if he comes to us and then is absolutely abysmal and we plummet or we don't get results, fans start getting on his back, that hero status or that legendary status is ruined. And I fear that for Filoni. Boo. Hey, I know, I know your local team. I'm not going to dox you saying where you live, but I know your local team, so you can't say anything. Although they've had a good run at the moment. Um, my fear is Filoni comes in and he just gets too tunnel visioned on sort of what pleases him rather than what pleases fans. Because I think he does everything with good intention, but I think sometimes he just, like the Ahsoka series. I really enjoyed the Ahsoka series, but I've never watched any of the animated stuff. So the World Between Worlds meant nothing to me, and I've had to do a lot of backtracking and stuff. I've just never been into animated stuff. I don't know why, just never have. It's probably my age. Um, it's been taken over. She worked with George and they were George. Yeah, she did. Disney currently don't know what they're doing. I don't necessarily think it's they don't know what they're doing. I think they're too busy fighting people like Star Wars Theory and people that hate on them just for the sake of hating on them. And I would say that he does do that sometimes, because sometimes he criticizes stuff and I'm like, I think you're overthinking it. I mean, I like the guy, I've not got a problem with him. But I think a lot of people are like that. They just hate on Disney for Disney's sake. I mean, I've always loved the Disney parks and um, Disney animated stuff and Disney movies. I mean, geez, I grew up with my mum was a massive Sound of Music fan, and I loved Mary Poppins when I was a kid, and still love Mary Poppins now. Um, I think though they should re-edit it and have a umbrella as one of those Darth Vader lightsaber umbrellas. Just that would just be perfect for me and kill it. Um, yeah, this is a good point. Until you try, you don't know. Look at Michael Keaton in the '89 Batman. A lot of people wasn't happy with his casting as Batman because he played the funny guy before that, but he's the best Batman in my opinion. The best. I'm not going to say no, but I'm not going to say yes either. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. But I know what you're saying. He's yeah, yeah, I get it. That's in Rebel Show. Yeah, but it's animated, is what I mean. But they have it. It's in Ahsoka. It's in Ahsoka as well. They have the World Between Worlds in Ahsoka. Um, in the live action, and it just didn't make any sense to me, other than it was leaked. It was going to be in it, and I had to do a bit of research and look it. Until you give someone a go, then you don't know. Yeah, 100%, 100%. And yeah, I know what you're saying. And I'm sure he'd do a fantastic job. My worry isn't, I don't think he would do a bad job. It's, I think if he did a bad job, it would ruin everyone's sort of perception. Here's one. He was just voted the best Batman. Yeah, but opinions are like arseholes, aren't they? We've all got one. Hi, Doug. Welcome. So I'll just quickly show you because you weren't here for the unboxing. So we've unboxed the Commander Pyre helmet. So it's a really nice helmet. We've all agreed on that, I think. Smaller than the Black Series, but same shape. You'd probably, if you had them side by side, you'd see the size difference. It's probably 95% size of a Black Series. There's not a huge difference. It's Black Series is slightly bigger, but they're more mass produced, aren't they? These are a bit more limited. Opens at the back like the other ones. Oh, you have got one. You have got one. Yeah. So, what's your thoughts of it? I remember you sending me a picture now. Yeah, sorry, I apologise. Um, so what do you think of it? I know you said in your message that you thought it was really cool, but now you've sort of had it a few days and you've opened it and you've sort of had it in your hands. I mean, it's a fingerprint magnet, isn't it? That's the only thing about it. Although once I've wiped it clean and it sits there on the shelf, I'll know whether the little man's been in here. It'll be full of little sticky fingerprints. Yeah, because you said this fits you okay, didn't you, Doug? But the oh, I lied earlier. I said I didn't have a Galactic Archives helmet, but I have. I've got the Ren. So yeah, that's not a good way to start a live stream, is it? I lie. Then I've got too many assholes. Yeah. I modify a lot of my helmets. I want to paint. Let's put this up. I modify a lot of my helmets. So I want to paint a Jesse Phase 2 helmet. Who did I see who's just done that? Someone's just posted something on Instagram in the last day or two of a Jesse helmet they've done. And Doug says, I love it, just can't touch it, like being married again. yeah, I get what you're saying there. And if my wife's listening, I don't know what you mean, sweetheart. Um, naughty host. I'm not naughty. Yeah, that's the only thing about it. It's that shiny. I mean, I think it's only a matter of time now before they do Captain Phasma. They can't do the gold one without doing a silver one. So I fully expect now Disney have done Galactic Archives, that one. Pyre, whatever you say, however you say it. Oh, excuse me. I can't see them not doing Captain Phasma. In fact, I'll be gobsmacked if they don't do it. The same way I'll be really surprised if Hasbro don't do the Ezra Bridger version of that, the colourful version of that, or they don't do a Django Fett. I think that's the announcement you're gonna get on Monday. I'm gonna say it here now. I think Django Fett is gonna be announced by Hasbro on Monday's Hasbro Pulse stream. She's behind you. Oh no, she's not. She is outside the door. I can hear because my daughter's about to go to bed. I think what time are we on? 10 o'clock. She's way past the bedtime. Yeah, no, it's my wife's birthday tomorrow, so yeah, that's why I kind of thought you've painted a Django Fett already. Was that a repaint of a Black Series that you did? Because I'll be honest, there's a few. You might know this actually, Zombie. So I want to do Luke's training helmet from the Millennium Falcon using the Hasbro one of these X-Wings helmets. Whichever one comes up cheap, I'll buy it and do it. The only thing I need is the visor for the front. Now, someone somewhere must do a 3D printed visor that just clips in, so you don't need to do any mods or anything like that. Someone must do one for those helmets. If anyone knows, whether you're watching on the live stream now or you're watching after the fact, drop it in the comments or drop it in this comments here now, the live comments, or drop it in the comments when it's uploaded just as a video and let me know, because even if it's just a file that I can print or get printed, let me know. Doug says, I'm hoping for a Phasma. Surprised Hasbro didn't, because they started with Kylo Ren and Poe Dameron. Yeah. Maybe Disney have told them they're doing it. I don't know. I think I'd have to buy it if they did it. Just so it could go with the others. I mean, it makes sense for Hasbro to do it because they've already done Captain Cardinal. Yes. What was that for? Oh, right, yeah. See, I did the training helmet too already. So, what did you use for the visor? How did you do it? Did you print one and take the original visor out, or how have you done it? Be interested to know. Oh, sorry, missed the next comment. I 3D printed a visor. Um, was it a 3D printed one that you just put in over the original visor, or have you had to take the original visor out? Was it a file that you put together? Was it a file you bought? Was it a free file you've seen? Let me know. Send me a message. If you can send me a message on Instagram, or you can send me one to the channel email, which is there. So the channel's Cantina Rebels, but for some reason it won't let me do that, so it's Cantina Rebel. The visor just pops out. Oh, right, even better. Any news on Cody? Yes. So I don't know if you saw. I did a video where I did my Hot Toys Grogu. Now there was an issue with it, and the head fell off. So I get my stuff from Star Action Figures. Now contacted them. Straight away they got back to me. They were brilliant. Sent them a link to the video. They watched the video. Come back and they were like, "Yeah, brilliant. We'll speak to the importer of the Hot Toys and we'll get back to you." Now it's been a week, so I messaged them on what day are we today? Friday. It's a Thursday. Came back to me straight away. I mean, I will say, not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form. I buy everything from them, helmet wise, unless they're not doing it. And they're always really good with communication. Came back to me straight away. Said they'd chased it up. They were waiting back to hear, but they'd keep me updated. I'd asked about the Cody because it was supposed to come in at the beginning of January. That's what I was originally told. It was coming at the beginning of January. They're now saying that it's whenever Hasbro send it. Sadly, so any news on the helmet is yes. There's no news. Paul has put. I'm down to 2 watching, so one of you has bobbed out. Paul, I need the Boba Fett helmet. Is quite a few about, mate, to be honest with you. The visor just pops out. That's good. Do you have a Facebook Messenger? I do, Zombie. Yeah, I am on Facebook. The channel's on Facebook. There you go. So if you look on the screen there, I've got the link. What the pages are for each one. Doug is in the new street. Cody helmet is released here at the end of the month. Oh, right, okay, so that might give us an idea when then, because they're telling me they can't. I did look today because Star Action Figures are pretty good normally at they put coming in the next week or two on the website. I'd looked today and there's nothing on it. I think it does say on the website now February, so we'll see. I'm just surprised though. I normally have stuff on back order or pre-order like 12 months in advance, and Cody's the only one I've got now. There's nothing they've brought out. So I said earlier, I don't know if people know, but Hasbro Pulse are doing a Star Wars live stream on Monday with all new stuff for 2026 or some stuff for 2026, and I'll be surprised if there isn't a helmet or two. I decapitated Grogu. No, Grogu's bloody head fell off. Wasn't happy. To be fair, I know it's not Star Action Figures. It's Hot Toys. A few people have said arms and legs um have fallen off, but they hadn't seen a head. And there's just no way of it sticking permanently. I mean, I would go and get it because it's just down there, but to be honest with you, it breaks my heart. I use Star Action Figures, Savvy, the whole shebang. You weren't here earlier. There's some good offers on stuff on Zavvi at the moment in Star Wars. There's a lot of stuff that's reduced 25%, 30%. My wife, who hates Star Wars, well, she doesn't hate Star Wars, she's just not a fan of Star Wars. She'll watch the series with me, she doesn't really like the films. She said to me before, she said, "Oh, have you seen there's an offer on like the Darth Vader lightsaber and stuff like that?" So I went to have a look. I noticed there's a load of stuff on offer on there. Yeah. Try to send you some pics. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, do mate. Got it all. Got all the stuff off Savvy. Yeah, I've no idea where I'm going to put it, but I've just ordered myself. So I bought the Lego Millennium Falcon, the little one, not the UCS one. I'd love that, but I just can't justify 600 quid. So I got the little Millennium UCS, and I've just ordered the ATAT, and the Ventor class ship, and then I believe B&M have got some offers on some at the moment. So I've decided now I'm going to collect the ships, the small Lego ships. So I've got 2 on order coming. I've got the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, some others I want to get. I did pick up the Deadpool. Yeah, do you know, I toyed with the idea of going down that route of getting the Marvel ones as well, like the Black Panther and stuff like that. And my thinking was, I can't justify if they're going to bring them out like they were bringing the Hasbro on the Black Series ones. I was going to run out of money very quickly. In hindsight, they've not released a lot of them. It tends to be more like Thor's hammer or Captain America's shield or stuff like that. I mean, I imagine at some point we're going to see Loki's staff. Excuse me. Yeah, but so my screen's telling me no one's watching. Got them all too. Yeah, I did try. I wish I'd done it now because they haven't brought a lot out, and I could have put them in my lad's room. He'd have loved that. So the Dark Falcon, Paul, is being retired. It's been retired this year, as is the Millennium Falcon UCS. Finally, not finally as in I'm glad they are, but it's the one that's been around the longest. Excuse me, let me just clear my throat. Yeah, the UCS is retired. And the Dark Falcon is, so it's going to go one or two ways. You either the prices are going to absolutely skyrocket, or they're going to come down. I don't fancy the Dark Falcon, but my little boy does. So I am tempted, if it comes down, to buy it, so I can build it with him. Because they're both sort of getting into Lego now. My daughter likes the Lego Botanics, so we've been doing that. Ah, right, okay. So the Loki stuff is out. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I've not really paid much attention to any of that, to be honest with you. Been watching the fan film Star Wars on YouTube. Is that the one that Theory keeps reacting to? I've saved to watch, but I've not watched it yet. The backstory of General Grievous. That looked, some of the stuff on that looked phenomenal, but I've not watched any of him yet. Oh, is that the Dark Falcon? Yeah, I toy with it. I've seen it on offer a few times. I've nearly bought it. I've started following a guy on YouTube. I can't think of his name at the moment. I think he might be Australian. I know Hunter's popped out. I think he's sending me some images. So, yeah, I think he's Australian, and he's been buying the AliExpress versions. So, one of the dads at school, at the kids' school, he bought Lego Titanic off AliExpress. I think he paid about 90 quid for it, something like that. I mean, that thing's like 400 quid. And he said it's brilliant. I've seen the Millennium Falcon, and people have said a few things are slightly different, but it looks fantastic and it's pretty sturdy. I've seen the UCS AT-AT from AliExpress, and that's, people have gone, it's a little bit loose, and I mean, I'd rather buy an original, but I'm thinking from a little boy, that might be one that I get him. I get him from AliExpress. Zombie, it's not working. It's if you follow me on Insta, that's probably the easiest way to do it. Do you have Facebook Messenger? Yeah, yeah. People send message. Paul sent me stuff on Messenger. I'm keeping away from movies because I don't want to see the Mando trailers. As in, you don't want to see them because you don't want any sort of hints and tips. Yeah, I've been toying. I've got to stop saying that word. I've been a link to my Paul. If you could do me a favour, because if I come out of this, I think I'm gonna cut myself off. But Paul, if you could post a link to my, saying that, let me see if I can. Right, okay, right. So I've got on it profile. How do I? Copy link. Let me see if this works. Right, zombie. This is one for threads, but you'll be able to get to my page from that. Who sent it back because of the hole in it? You've lost me there, Paul. So, yeah, that's what I was. So I'm hoping, or what would you like to see? Hasbro announced on Monday, because they've got to announce helmet. We haven't had one for on. Let's go and see. Feeling forward to it. I'm going to ice it. Yeah, oh, the Titanic. Yeah, sank in his bath. I thought my 4-year-old must be learning about the Titanic at the moment. He keeps going on about the Titanic, and oh, that's the Titanic. I want the Titanic Lego. I'm like, I'm not paying. I'm not paying that for Titanic Lego. It's got loads of missing parts and no minifigures. I'm sorry. What was I going to say then? Yeah, so Hasbro announced. That's Insta. I'm not on Insta. Right. Let me try and get. Let me see if I can get Facebook up. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I can do. I can do it on my phone while we're talking. So, yeah. So with Hasbro doing a live stream on Monday. But they've got to surely do a helmet reveal. So what do you want to see? Share profile. Copy link. See if I can get this to work. Zombie. But yeah, what helmet would you like to see them announce on Monday? I've got a feeling we're gonna see, like I said, right there you go, mate. I've got a feeling we're gonna see the Django announced. I don't know why. I just think it's an easy a repaint. I think it's just that easy for them to do a repaint for the time being till they can do it. I've got a sneaky feeling that Disney are going to start taking it away from Hasbro, but let me know if that Facebook link works for you, mate. Anyone affected by the weather? It's a good point, that actually. So yeah, I hope everyone is okay with the weather. I know it's worse where Paul is than it is where I am, and I'm only 60 minutes away from him. I'm in Manchester, so for us, we're in a bowl. So it's not really hit us. We had a little bit of snow, and we've currently looking out the window. It looks like there's a bit of ice forming. But other than that, we've been okay. I hope everyone else is all right. Phasma. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they announced that. To be honest with you, yeah. Oh, that would be amazing. Boosh would be amazing. That is one that I've looked at. That Excosa do. Because it's just over £100. Now I've seen reviews of it, and people have said, "Oh, the colour's slightly off," but I'm not bothered about that. You know, if it's a slightly different shade of brown on the leather, I wouldn't have known. You know, I'm not that. Link works, nice one. Cheers, Paul. Yeah, I'm not that. What's the word I want to use? I'm not that picky that if a colour's slightly like the Sand Trooper is not the proper colour for the Sand Trooper. The Shore Trooper isn't the proper colour, but you know, I don't care. Still looks good. Attack would be good. Oh, Lando Skiff. That would be amazing. Lando Skiff would be absolutely amazing. However, I imagine it'd probably be a nightmare for them to do. But I can't deny those three helmets would be unreal. Hasbro, I know you're watching. I wish. Hasbro, if anyone out there knows Hasbro, tell them they're the helmets we want. We want those three right there. That's what we want. Link works. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for confirming that. So there goes on. So link are posted further up the chat for Facebook works. Paul, I assume that goes to the page and not my personal Facebook. Should have checked that, should I? We were supposed to be filming in Scotland end of last year in January. Luckily, Henry Cavill was injured, otherwise would be up there. Very cold. Yeah, I forgot you had a pretty cool job doing stuff. One of my daughter's best mates, her mum does visual effects for movies. That's so cool. I've said to her if she ever does any Star Wars stuff, let me know. But she said her boss, or it's her and another guy, but he's the owner of the company. He's a big Star Wars fan. Anyway, because I've said to her if I can get any props or anything like that, I'd be all over that. But just going back, Paul, to cinema for Grogu. So I'm going to go with my eldest, but I'm thinking of being a live reaction after the movie at the cinema, and I might ask other fans what they thought, because people go dressed up, and I thought it could be quite cool. That. So we'll try and go to the opening night, see what people give my view, see what other people thought, and I might do a spoiler video and a non-spoiler video, and I'll make sure it says on the thumbnail that it's a spoiler or anything like that. Yeah. So I need to check now whether I'm be paranoid now whether that link I put up is to my private blooming Facebook, or whether it's opening Chrome. Allow. Cantina Rebels, right, that's fine. That's fine. So it's the Cantina one, that's fine, that's good. Panic then. Just sent you a couple of helmets I've done. Nice one, cool. Sets goes at attack. Laugh out loud. How much smaller goes a helmet? Right, okay, yeah, no, that's good. I'll have a look at them. Still getting used to this software. I use a software called EV to do live streams, just because I can do things like, I can make myself bigger, and I can change stuff, and if I have guests on, I can put us around the thing. So I use that. No, it goes to digital creators page. Digital creators page. I've just clicked it and it went to Cantina Rebels. I'm open for midnight viewing. Yeah, that'd be good. Trouble is, you don't know exactly what you're doing. Is it's called? Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping there'll be a midnight showing as well. Although by midnight, I'm normally in bed now. I'm getting old. I got make sure she's not listening, but the card I got my wife is something like that. It's along the lines of, you're getting old when you get excited about air fryers, 9 o'clock bedtime and stuff like that. It's got a long list of stuff. But I'm not a Leeds fan. I never said you were a Leeds fan. I just said your local team marching on together. Uh-oh. Our favourite Canadians in the house. I've not checked yet, mate. I'll have a quick look in a minute. We're all getting old. God, tell me about it. I'll just have a look now, and then what I'll do is I'll just show Tigger the helmet. Let me just go into my Facebook, mate. Into my messenger, sorry. Let me change. Oh, let me change. into my personal one at the moment. Switch profile. Yeah, well, I've had a message. Yes, got them. I got them zombie. Cheers for that. I'll have a proper look later when I can get them up. And then what I might do on the before my next live stream, I'll work out how you do it, how you can share the screen. You did miss the unboxing, however, just for you. No, here you go. It's a nice looking helmet. It's a fingerprint magnet, without a doubt. You can see on my screen. There you go. Look, there you go. Inside of the screen and my desk. It's a Galactic archive, so it does have this line on it here. But I don't think that's too obnoxious. A few people have sort of said, "Oh, I don't like it. They could have redone it somewhere else." But I don't think you necessarily. It doesn't necessarily scream that the helmet separates. It separates to put it on. I have found that. Let me move this light up. So the bit on the inside there for the eyes was sitting on my cheeks, which meant it was a bit awkward to sort of wear for a while. It's a nice helmet. I prefer the way they've done the visor on this than the Hasbro ones. I mean, trying to find my Hasbro one. It's on the bottom. Otherwise, I'd grab it. It's currently blocked in by some other boxes. Oh my god, shiny. It is indeed. Let me just quickly go back a little bit. I noticed I was getting old when I see a woman in a picture with some droids. And I only seen droids in the background. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Right, listen, I'm going to say this because I made a comment tongue in cheek to my wife the other day, and we are both getting absolutely bombarded on social media with adverts. I didn't even know this thing was this was a thing. So my wife's got me some tickets. It's my birthday next month, so she's got me some ticket. Or she's told me she's got me tickets for my birthday because we're going sort of that weekend of my birthday to go to the theatre to watch a show. And I said jokingly, "Oh, is it Sexy Star Wars show?" Before I knew what it was, just joking. The amount of adverts we're both getting now for like risque Star Wars shows or stuff like that is unreal. So I'm saying it so you lot can get bombarded. Oh, you lot can get bombarded as well. Oh my god, so shiny. Yeah, it is. It's a fingerprint magnet. I mean, I thought the Mando was a fingerprint magnet, but this helmet's a nightmare. It needs to go next to 3PO. Yeah, I've got 3PO there. Maybe I move the toys and stick it. I've got like Star Wars cuddly toys and stuff there, like a Grogu and a Porg and stuff like that. And my Wolfreak. Maybe I could stick it there. So there's like gold at each side. Where am I? My camera mirrored, obviously, so when I go that way, I'm going left when it's going to my right on screen. So it's need to get used to it. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. I like let's do the lines in front. So yeah, exactly. I'm not adverse to that. I don't mind that. Because like you say, it follows round. It looks like it should be there. The only one maybe is on the top. That one. That one I kind of get. And it is also a little raised. Maybe that's just, I don't know, it's raised on one side. It sits flush at the bottom. I don't mind that line. I don't particularly mind that. But it's just when you hold it that way, it's a bit obvious. See? But I actually got mine for £90. So my sister has a blue light card. So she gets 10% off. So it was £100 less the tenner. So I only paid £90 for it. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, no, yeah, I knew what you meant. Those things. Yeah, this is true. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good looking helmet, and I don't think those seams are too bad. I mean, if you're not looking for them, you don't really notice. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I think for, like I just said, £90. Um, I don't feel like I've got a right to moan, even if it did bother me. Um, This isn't a bad shout. I could put it on 3PO and then slowly reveal him. Yeah, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. That could be quite fun. Hi, Paul. Paul, don't get excited. Hi, Paul. How are you, my friend? Yeah, it's my birthday in Feb. You know that, because yours is as well, isn't it, Paul? I think. Yeah, it's weird. I've got my little boy's birthday on the 21st of Feb. Mine is the 23rd of Feb, and then my eldest is the 26th of Feb. So we're all in the same sort of. We're all within sort of 5 days, 6 days. Um, I was gonna put that comment up then, Tigger, and then I carried on reading it. I thought I'll put all that. It's the weather. Funny enough, we were just talking about the weather just before you came in, Tigger. It's not that bad, to be honest with you. It's more. I think they're feeling it more down south. This storm, it's hitting down south. It's pretty bad down there, to be fair. Um, Paul says, I then need to find a shiny Sheldon Cooper and put that next to C3PO. I can't have all gold on me shelf. Well, that technically is now canon in Star Wars, isn't it? The golden idol, because isn't that in what's his name? In the Andor series, it's in. I keep wanting to say Balin, but it's not Balin's. It's in his antique store, he has that sat on the shelf in the background. Um, only thing I wouldn't like about the helmet is I'm guessing it's going to be. Yeah, I think it's about 95%, 90%, somewhere around that, the size of Hasbro. So it's slightly narrower, slightly shorter, not as deep. You notice that when you're putting it on, because the Hasbro ones I can wear with my glasses on, that one I can't, and even then it's digging into my cheekbones. Yeah, yeah. I always forget to look, Doug. To be honest with you, me father-in-law's got one, me sister's got one. I just, to be honest with you, I never forget. I mean, I've got a discount card for something else. Yeah, and it's the same discounts, but I just always forget. Have you got snow there, Paul? Have you had it? Because we had like, it was like someone had got a sieve and just did that with a bit of icing sugar. Um, that's a lot of birthdays. It's it's expensive month, mate. February in our house. Um, was, you don't have to say if you don't want to, Tigger. But whereabouts in Canada are you? Record warm, but all of December was basically a blizzard. Perfect igloo weather. So if you've got, so that's in the bar. What, Doug and Tigger, you weren't here earlier, so I was talking to Zombie and Paul, and I was toying with the idea of putting Hanning carbonite on here. Now, I can't do like a thick piece, but I'm thinking a thin piece of MDF or ply and 3D printing or getting hold of the mold, the pieces to have 3-dimensional Han. I was thinking of putting it on the door. What do you reckon? And then using the door frame as sort of like a darker grey to look to replicate or simulate um, the box. Sorry, I'm just reading the comment here. So funny enough, Tigger, I did a short and I forgot to upload it. So the temperature here now has been getting to like -9 Celsius, and we're in the process at the moment of converting our. We're going to be converting our garage, which means my wife moves out of this room and moves downstairs into the garage, so I get all this room. So it means more Star Wars stuff. All my stuff to do the pit droid is in the garage. It's just ridiculously cold. It's too cold. I can't have the door open and I can't spray paint outside. I think I was being a bit too optimistic starting it when I did. You have to bear with me. I'm a little bit behind on the comments because I went off waffling. So no, it's not been shelved. I'm on a deadline now to get it done before I lose that space where I normally do it. Because otherwise, it's going to be. I'm gonna have to wait till spring, summer to do it, so I can sand and spray paint outside. Because as much as I wanted to finish it for Christmas, there was no way I was going to sit outside in -6, 7, 8, 9 sanding, and there was no way I could paint in that weather. So I've not shelved it, but it's kind of it's on the back burner for just till it warms up, or I can make time to get in there. Yeah, I think that's the thing, Zombie. If it's doing your head in, it's always going to do your head in. You know, I'm a big believer in. I was talking to my wife about just don't want to keep going on about it, but this garage renovation we've got, and we've had two sets of drawings. It's like I like this drawing, but I like that and that drawing. It's like, but if you compromise, you've got to live with it forever, and it's not worth it. Yeah, same rebels. Tigger's in the White House, Alberta. Yeah, I've got family in Toronto or Toronto. Well, they're not in Toronto. They're up in the hills in this big snowboarding place up there. What's it called? Can't think what it's called. Um, what do you think of your Atat Akosa, Doug? How do you find it? Yeah, that solo door. Yeah, I was just gonna say to you, you mean the door? Sounds like a good plan. Oh, excuse me. I've just coming off the back of having a chest infection, so only finished my meds 2 days ago. So I've still got a bit of a tickly cough. You've got 3 pit droids. Yeah, I've got the one. He's going to go there. and then I'm going to do one of the ones that's already folded up. So the ones that are folded, and that's going to sit somewhere. I'm looking for ideas as well for the loft cat. So it's currently still in its box, but I'm thinking, I'm toying with the idea of getting one of those little baskets that hang on the radiator and sitting it in there, so it's like a proper cat thing. I know I'm like a big kid. Almost enough for a pod racer team. You'll go and fish it up. Yeah, I will. I'll finish the droid, and I'm annoyed at myself that I had to stop. But I just had this grand plan of having it sat on the table at Christmas and filming some shorts and it being a bit of fun. But then the kids were off school and I wasn't thinking about that. And and you want to spend time with your family at Christmas, don't you? So I was doing that instead, and which I don't regret. I love that. But it just meant the temperature plummeted then, and I mean Paul knows and Doug will know. The temperature here at the moment is going from like tomorrow I think is scheduled to be like 6 degrees in the morning. So that's all right. That's quite pleasant. But then I think Tuesday it drops back down to -7 again. It's just up and down at the moment. It's bizarre. I like it even though it's slightly small. Yeah, I'm trying. I was saying before, Doug. The only thing that puts me off about them, I like the fact that they're cheap, but what puts me off is they emboss their logo into it. It's always dead obvious. It's either up here or on the back. I don't know. Oh, is that R2D2 3D printed? Yeah, I think I remember you saying on Joel's show last week. Yeah, it is very good. I'd love an R2D2. Um, what do I have to do to finish my pit droid? Everything. I started sanding. Now the print that I got, I bought that print. Um, I got it cheap though, because I spoke to the people that were making it and or the woman that was doing it. And she was like, yeah, I've got one. And you can have it cheap because it's my last one. Anyway, it took 4 months to get, and basically, I think she forgot. And I messaged and said, look, I've not messaged you. I've paid for it. This was via Etsy. Can I get it? And credit to her. I'm not sort of calling her because I would buy off her again. I think she forgot. So I think she literally just put her printers on the quickest print she could do, printed it out, and the print, I mean, Joel will tell you, the prints were rough. Like, rough. They weren't just layer lines, it was like, I'm battling at the moment with it. It's like the Grand Canyon. Honestly, it's just peaks and troughs. It's not just layer lines. It is like gouges in it. That's how rough the print looks. Um, and to be honest with you, it was a proper kick in the knackers. It just really put me off. I started it and I was just then Christmas hit and it was an easy excuse to stop it, but I want to do it justice, so I'm going to start it again. Now we're in the new year. I might get the sanding done, get it to primed point, and then start filming it again. Because otherwise, I'm going to have weeks and weeks and weeks of videos of me just sanding it, and it's not a big project. It's a bit droid. Um, so much so I've already got a plaque made for it. I've got the name picked out for it. Everything. It's just that's how convinced I was it's all going to be done. Um, you should get one of those igloo pet home things and paint it sand. That genius. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to Google so it's up on my phone. I apologise that I keep coughing. It's honestly my throat. Igloo pet home. Yes, yes, I agree. I think I need one of them in my life. I did think about you can. I sent Paul a link. You can get like an R2D2 one for it. I was I was thinking about that. Sorry, not checked whether fill it with plastic putty. Yeah, I have done. I went down the route of mixing talc with resin, UV resin, and doing that, and it worked quite well. So, but I have bought some putty for it. Paul's chirped in with, "I love the $25,000 R2 from Disney World." I love that too, mate. To be honest, if I was going to spend a significant amount of money, I'd probably get the sideshow version. If I was going to do that, that's £6 grand. I haven't got £6 grand, but if I did, rather than spending 25k on a Disney one, I'd get that. That would be fab, mate. I would really appreciate that. I imagine though that it would cost a fortune to get it sent over, but do you know what? I might look at some and I've got a few ideas of some stuff that I want doing, some small stuff, so I might do it and might just pay you the postage to send it over. Um, yeah, no, that might be quite good. Uh, Fairy muff. Oh, sorry, fair enough. Misread it, Paul. Sorry. So, home dipping. Yeah, that R2D2. I can get that here. There's a company in the UK that have imported them. But it was $300 in the US, so that was roughly £230. Um, and they want 600 quid for it. So, just to give you an idea, so they're pretty much nearly tripling the price. And I can't bring myself, I can't bring myself to part with that sort of money. Sadly, I felt like whatever. Yeah. So as I was saying before, so I keep going to say stuff. So one of the best things I think I've bought was the Timu Temple Guard mask. Um, I've got one printed, all sanded, all smoothed, all ready to go. And I'm going to do what M&M Prop Shop did, and I'm going to gold leaf it. I bought some gold leaf. I'm going to do that. To be honest with you, that's a project I could do. I've got a massive kit box, like the military kit box. It's full of blasters and knives and stuff like that. Um, to make one off is perfect. Yeah, he's great. Honestly, Tigger is ridiculous. For those who don't have the time or think they don't have the skills or time to make one, it's perfect. Yeah, it's true. I actually have. This the guy I've bought a lot of props from in the Ukraine. So he's doing stuff as bombs are going off around him at the moment, and that's not me joking. That is absolutely what is happening. Um, it's crazy. So he can't print anything big, but he does finished props, and he can't print anything big because he keeps losing power. So, and he's just done me the assassin blades from the Acolyte series, and they were brilliant. I mean, where are they? Let me see if I can get one. Hang on. That's a handy thing of having it just behind me. I can grab stuff. So he's just done me these. That should focus. He's done me a set of 3 of them. See if I can get that. There we go. Get the light. He's just done me a set of 3 of those from the Ahsoka. Not Ahsoka. The Acolyte. Those are brilliant. Honestly, I love those. And he also did me a while ago. He did me a vibro blade and like a little Mando knife. He's done quite a lot of stuff for me. He's really, really good, well priced. I mean, those blades, these, a set of 3 of those were, I think it was 30 quid. So they're 3D printed as well. So printed, smoothed, painted, weathered, shipped, 30 quid for a set of 3. That I think was, I can't remember what I paid for that. So I've got quite a few things. I've got that, and I got an Imperial officer's knife as well off him, and it's got the Imperial cog on the handle. That's up there, but you won't be able to see it. But he's done, honestly, he's done loads of stuff for me. He's done trackers and everything. He yeah, they are honestly, zombie, they're really good. And my current struggle today is learning how to get to yeah, it's every house should have an R2 in it. Yeah, my little boy would go giddy if I had an R2D2. Honest to God, he would go. He would flip. Yeah, I mean, let me just grab. I'll grab. Sorry, it's just gone off on a tangent, but let me just grab some other bits he's done for me because I think it's worth it. Hang on. He's done all sorts. He's done com links for me and everything. So he did that for me. The Blade of Ochi. But it does have the bit that comes out as well. Love or loathe the film. This is a cool prop. And it also has sort of like a leather bound handle, and then it comes with I've not glued it. It's supposed to have glued it, but I didn't glue it because I wasn't going to use it originally. But comes with a little sort of Japanese style stand for it. He's done again, like it or loathe it, the film Ray's let me get this light up. Ray's tracker. Again, all 3D printed. He puts a little strap on it. He's done necklaces for me. I've got Padme's necklace that Anakin gives her. And then he did this for me not long ago. He sent me a message and said, I've done one of these. Do you want it? So I was like, yeah. And it's the tracker that Obi-Wan throws onto Slave One. I think that is fantastic, and it's also on the back of it got magnets, so I can stick it on. You can stick it on stuff. Those are really well done looking. Knives are annoying. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me just lift my chair up because I knocked it as I got down. Looks great. Yeah, it's some of the stuff he does is fantastic. It's really, really well done. Very cool prop. Pity the movie was crap. It's quite funny actually because those movies divide opinion. Now, I don't care one way or another for them. But out of all the Star Wars movies, that trilogy is probably the most played in this house. And the reason being, it's the kids. The kids are absolutely like, my daughter loves Rey, my little boy loves Kylo Ren. Because that's what they've grown up on, you know. And as much as I try and play the original trilogy, they love those movies. So I get why they were done. But I also get why sort of my generation, the generation like my eldest generation, are a bit like, nah. I have the Disney one. Oh, the Blade of Ochi, yeah. Well, I got that before Disney did it. And I was toying, like, I was, gotta stop saying toying with the idea. I was undecided whether to get the Disney one when I got that, and I thought, you know what, it's no point having both. But the Disney one does look good. I think it lights up as well, doesn't it? The Disney one, I could be wrong. Yeah, yeah, I get this. My collecting is the helmets, the hilts, but what I really love is things like that, props like that, are just little things that you see for split seconds or stuff like that. Yeah, pick the movie's crap. That tracker is really cool. A cool story about the guy who did it as well. So in the second trilogy, so I think it's the communicator. So Qui-Gon Jinn has the communicator and it has the little rotating bit. The guy who I buy these props off designed that originally for the movies for Disney. So he sent me all the emails and everything to back it up. He designed it on behalf of him. He designed it for Disney through a third party company who Disney had asked to go and source prop makers to make stuff. Anyway, long story short, you won't be surprised to hear that he got screwed over. Was told that they'd gone with another design, and then the movie came out, and he had it was his design. They used his design. So he tried to sort of claim it through Disney. Sent them all the proof, and Disney were like, "Fight us." And it's like he said, he was never going to win against a multi-billion-dollar company. So yeah, he lost out, but that's his, and he's shown me all the original artwork that he did for it and the email that he sent in. What I can do, I can put his details in he ships all over the world. I'll put his details for his Etsy store in the description of this video, probably tomorrow. Could get a seismic charge. Yeah. He's really good actually, because I've sort of said to him, on his Etsy, he doesn't have a lot, but I've sort of said to him, "Do you think like the blades, the blades from the Acolyte?" I said to him, "Do you think you could do me them blades?" And this was on a Monday, and by the Thursday, he printed, painted, and sent me the pictures. He was like, "Yeah, give me till the end of the week." And then Thursday, I got a thing saying, "I've done you 3. How does £30 sound? Shipped?" I was like, "Yeah." The only thing is, every time he sends me something, because it's coming from the Ukraine, it gets opened by customs. Um, you know, you think everything he sends me is like a knife or a blaster. He did a blaster for me as well. I've got to show you the blaster. So he did this blaster for me as well. So on this side, that comes off. I'm not going to do it one-handed, but yeah, that comes off. That's a really nice little blaster he did. So from looking online, someone had asked him to do it, and then he did it, and they ghosted him. So he said to me, "It all sort of comes apart. Oh, if I can, all comes apart." So if I remember rightly, it's like a Naboo blaster from one of the guards on Naboo. But yeah, it's a really nice piece that I had done. And like I say, someone had commissioned him to do it, and then he did it, and then he doesn't take money up front, and they ghosted him, so he didn't lose out on money. I bought it off him. Yeah. Controversy. I would say, out of all the Disney movies, all the Star Wars movies, Rogue One is probably my favorite. More than A New Hope, I mean, the original trilogy for me is always the GOAT. But Rogue One is probably the best movie that's been done, and I think Andor. I know Andor's been a bit Marmite, but I loved Andor, and I did sort of a breakdown of Andor, my thoughts, like a bit of a moody video on that, and I loved Andor. I mean, my wife's not a massive Star Wars fan, and she loved Andor. She thought it was really good. I think watching Andor and then watching season 2 of Andor and then watching Rogue One makes it even better movie. Yeah. Yeah, that's what us old farts forget. It's for kids like we were when the originals come out. Yeah. And that's it, I think, mate. It's kids nowadays are just, see, I don't look at the Star Wars as, oh, it's, they're trying to make it all feminine, and they're trying to, I don't look at it like that, because Leia was the hero, or Padme was the hero, or, so it's nothing new when it comes to Disney or Star Wars. Yeah, yeah, it's his tragic story, really, because he's such a nice guy, but he still takes pride in the fact that something he designed was in the second trilogy, you know. Yeah, must be cool to see your stuff on big screen, but don't forget his home address. Wow, that's really, yeah. I'm just slightly behind with the comments. Sorry, because I just waffle. Where is he in Ukraine? He's not far. He's between Kiev or Kiev, however you want to say it. It's Kiev in it, but most people say Kiev. He's between there and the Russian border. So he's I have got it written down where he is, and I've looked. He's close enough to Kiev that he's okay. But where he is, they have had fighting in and around, and they have had drones and stuff. So he gets blackouts constantly, or they cut power off so they can't get bombed if there's stuff coming over. Yeah, the grain on the wood is it's really nice. And what he does as well is like the screws on it. He's drilled them out and put proper screws in, which I just think adds an extra effect, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm saying if it was commissioned by a guy and he didn't. Yeah, sadly it happens. I mean, I try and I don't try and order anything or stuff other than helmets where it says coming out next year or at the end of the year. I might order them knowing that I haven't got the cash at the time, but I try not to sort of order stuff unless I've got the money. Yeah, yeah, I get that, Doug. For me, Rogue One is Andor Season 3. Yeah, I had to stop my wife watching Rogue One until after the first series come out because I knew there was going to be a second series of Andor, and I said to her, if you watch it, it's going to ruin it. So we've all seen Rogue One prior to Andor. So when we went into Andor, we knew the outcome, and she didn't. So she really enjoyed it, and like I say, she's not a big Star Wars fan at all. It's still not a Christmas movie. Yeah, you'll be telling us Die Hard isn't yet. Funny enough, Doug, I've got a friend who works for a charity for ex-vets, and they go over once a month. So they get a van and they drive, fill it with supplies, blankets, food, everything, and they drive over from Manchester down to Dover, go across, and then end up going through the border through Poland, and they access the country that way, and they do it. So sorry, I'm gonna have to cough again. Oh, my throat's going again. Andor is Star Wars for adults. Yeah, I think that's how I described it in my video I did of it. I said in there that it's definitely grown up Star Wars. It's more serious. It's more of a message. It's more, you know. I mean, one thing I'll say, and I've said this to. I was talking about this over Christmas to me with my eldest. We were sat watching some stuff, and for me, every Star Wars has a flaw. You only have to look to A New Hope, and they're looking for Jedi's and they're looking for the droids, and Obi-Wan and Luke are openly walking past stormtroopers with lightsabers on the hips. You know, first thing they'd have done was get shot. Um, I bought the Cody helmet right after you mentioned it was coming out. About yeah. Have you got yours, Tigger? Because I know the US have got them, so I'm assuming Canada you'll have had yours as well. Uh, it's a bloody lot. Yeah, I've I've been told he's asked me to go a few times, but got wife and kids, and I can imagine I'd be that one person to step over the border and suddenly get lifted and paraded on telly as a political hostage. Um, but a lot of kudos to you Doug, for, you know, I mean, you've served the country, so for you, it's got a little bit more of a, you know, it hits home a little bit more, I suppose. Uh, yeah, yeah, it's released there. I think my arrival is 19th. I'm pretty sure. Oh, so you've not got it yet, Tigger? Yeah, I'm looking forward to ours. I'm looking forward to that one. I did my top 5 or top 6 video. I just wanted to be awkward and do top 6. Top 6 helmet video the other day, and I think I said in that near the end. I think if that had arrived prior to making the video, that um it would have made my list. I'm I'm hoping it's as good as the Rex helmet. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be, but oh, yeah, I don't see any reason why it won't be, but we'll see. I bought 2 Death Trooper and 2 of the Shore Trooper helmets. Second ones are for repaints. Which repaints are you doing? I've probably got an idea, but it'd be interesting to know what your thoughts are. I've not tried this. I was suggested this for the Shore Trooper, because I'm not a big fan of the weathering on the Shore Trooper. I like the helmet, I like the colour. I'm just not a fan of the weathering. It's just a bit random. I think the best one they've done for weathering is probably Rex so far. If they do agree, I'm gonna nuts. Go nuts for it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see. Excuse me, throat's getting worse. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hasbro bring out the Bad Batch helmets. I fancy a Wrecker helmet. I've not watched the Bad Batch. Everyone keeps telling me I should, but like I said earlier, I don't really do the animation. But I have seen all the helmets like Echo and Wrecker and stuff like that. And I think they look really cool. Now they'd be really nice on sort of displayed together, sort of, you know. Shore Trooper is going to be painted green, and the Death Trooper I'm going to turn into a Night Trooper zombie helmet. See, I think things like that, it'll look cool. I think things like that are a really easy repaint for Hasbro. You know, like they've done with the X-wing helmets um, and like the trooper helmets. I think things like a repaint of that to Ezra Bridger, his colourful one, are really easy ones, and people will buy them. You know, if they're going to repaint, they're the ones they should be doing, not multiple X-wing. I mean, there's X-wing helmets that I want that I haven't got, that they don't do yet, and I'm hoping they do. But that's easy for fans to buy and repaint, so I don't think they need to. But I'd love to see a zombie helmet. Yeah, that'd be cool. I've got the Disney Gree. It's nice. Is that Galactic Archive as well, Doug? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I didn't get that one. Like I say, the only Galactic Archive I've got is the C3PO. I've got the Ren helmet, which still to this day is my biggest video. I think I've got like 12,000 views on it. I know that's not a lot, but it is for me. Um, I think it's because Disney sent it me by mistake. I got it before anyone in the States got it. I think I was the very first video up there of that helmet, and it's just bizarre. It's done really well, and it's sat on my shelf ever since. I've never got it down. One of my favorite cosplays I've seen was the Walking Dead Stormtrooper. Yeah. Yes. I've not seen your picture, but I've seen people doing it, and I know you mentioned it on Joel's Regal Rebels stream last week. Yeah, that's cool. Uh, have you thought of, or have you done a 3D printed Hayden Christian Anakin face to put inside it and all painted? I've seen that done. That looks amazing. I'd also seen the OTC Phase 1 from. Yeah, I'm still now craving and wishing for the Bush Leia and Lando helmets. They're the ones. Just a quick one. I know most of you have seen it, but a few people have joined and they've not seen it. So we earlier on, right at the beginning of the stream, so 2 and a bit hours ago, I was only going to do half an hour. I told the wife, and I've done nearly 2.5. That's the helmet. It's a shiny bonds. It's a fingerprint magnet, but it's a really nice helmet. The padding, there's no padding. Well, there is. You get padding, you can stick it in yourself, but there's none sort of in it. There's a section on the inside, and it does stick on your cheeks. But other than that, it's really nice. The visors are nicer than the Hasbro, as in the more sort of rounded. They're nice helmets. It's definitely what I paid. I think it's £100, $100, or wherever you are in the world, it's about the same. I got 10% off, so I paid 90 for it, and I think for 90 quid, it's a no-brainer. But if my wife's watching this, I'm lying, sweetheart. It was only a tenner. Painted the Anakin head, and I printed it. Yeah, excellent. I'll have a look at that when I get off before I go to bed. What time is it? It's 20 past 11, so I've not got too much longer because it's like I say, it's my wife's birthday tomorrow, so I've got to go and set up the kids bought some banners for her and stuff, so I've got to go and set that up tonight before I go to bed. And FA Cup weekend here today, so I want to go and watch the goals again from my boys in blue, because we scored 10 today. So before I sort of wind it down a little bit, what's everyone hoping for 2026 for Star Wars? So we've got some good stuff coming out by the looks of it, or some good stuff in production. I've not heard too much about Starfighter. What's going on? I mean, the biggest news I've read or seen is bloody Tom Cruise filming a part, grabbing a camera and doing a bit. I don't quite know why there's been so much publicity about that. He's not in it, so. Looks like to release a Phase 1 helmet too. Yeah, a few people have said that. General happy, yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to turn into Grievous and take all my lightsabers off me and start waving them at me. So I've got the pit droid. Pit droid's going to carry on soon, I promise. I feel like I've let myself down, let alone anyone else with that. I've got some blasters I'm going to be doing. I'm also got a series of videos that I'm going to do where I suggested this last year, and everyone said I should do it, and I've not told her yet, but I'm going to challenge my daughter. I'm going to give her a month. I don't know when we're going to do it. I might do it for the beginning of February. I need to buy her a lightsaber off AliExpress or Temu or something. That doesn't matter if she wrecks. I'm going to challenge her. I've never done it myself. To by the end of the month, we've both got to learn how to do an obiani, and then we're gonna film it, and we're gonna let you guys judge who's the best. And if you pick her, I'm not gonna be happy. So she will love that. I've not told her yet, but she'll love that. Yeah, no, that'd be good. I probably will, Zombie. I'll probably respond to you, and I might. I'll try and get. It's not going to be tomorrow because, like I say, it's my wife's birthday. So, I'll get in there next week. I'll take some pictures so you can see how rough it looks. I mean, I did show on the video, but it doesn't do it justice. I mean, I've printed some rough stuff in the past, but this is like, I don't know whether it was a misprint that I've just been sent just because they forgot, or whether it's been rushed. I mean, I don't particularly feel too robbed from what I paid for it. I think I paid about 100 quid for full print, which I know I could print it myself a lot cheaper than that, but I don't think that was quite bad, and that was shipped from the Netherlands to the UK. So yeah, I'm not too beat up about it. It's more disheartening having to do all that sanding, and I know what colour scheme I'm going to go with. I know sort of, I've got ideas for the base. I've got the base for it, so I'm going to do some different bases and stuff like that, so I can sort of change the mood and the vibe. Yeah. So look, I'm coming up to. I think what we'll do, we'll go another 7 minutes. Take it to 2.5 hours. That will be enough. I think I said to Paul before the start, I wasn't feeling 100% still, and I might do half an hour. But no, it's once people come in, you start talking, it goes pretty quick. I'm still very nervous behind the camera, but I'll get there. The more videos I do, I'm trying to just stay regular with it at the moment and do some videos. I've got a pile of stuff that I've had to take off there, and it's all on the floor. Loads of Legos. I was thinking I might do a live stream one day and do build the Lego ATAT. Have another camera set up. So there's two cameras, one of me and one of the build. I don't know if anyone would be interested in that. Yep, I did. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm thinking I might do that one night. Just alive. If Zombie, I think it was you that said earlier about Paul's Collectibles. If you don't mind messaging, see if he'd be up for that. That'd be great. He put us in contact. That'd be fantastic. And if anyone knows anyone else who might want to do, my girlfriend asks me that. I'm going to put that one up. Where's the thing? Not a Lego fan, to be honest. Yeah, no, that's fine. I get that. To be honest with you, I wasn't, and then I find it quite therapeutic. My wife likes doing jigsaws. I quite like building the Lego. I've got nowhere to put it. It's all in my garage, but it's gonna have to go somewhere. I don't know where it's gonna go. My lad, it started off. My eldest bought me a diorama. Last Christmas, not Christmas just gone, the Christmas the year before. He bought me the board in the Tantive diorama, and I loved it. So I bought all the others that I could, other than the ones that are now retired and stupid money. Then I bought the Millennium Falcon because I love the Millennium Falcon. So I bought that, and then I've now got some more, and I kind of think it's quite easy to just do a chat. Could be about just Star Wars in general, but while I'm doing it, I could be building one. I don't know. I sometimes think people might just get sick of seeing me just talking. If there's something other visual going on, I mean, even I might even get like a blaster in here and do some sanding or something. I don't know. You'll get used to the camera. Biggest thing is just be yourself and have fun. Yeah, yeah, that's it. I mean, I always start off quite nervous, and then as it gets on, it's just I don't know. It's just a bit daunting. You kind of you think, oh, there's only 5 people watching, but then if there was 55 people watching or 555 people watching, that's even more daunting. That's 7 minutes. That's 6 minutes 45 seconds too long. It's not happening twice, Doug. I'm not got that stamina. Yeah. So I'm hoping my wife has a good birthday tomorrow. I hope she likes the. I hope she likes the lightsaber I bought her. I'm only joking. I've not got her a lightsaber. She'd absolutely batter me if I did that. No. So yeah. No. I thought a little impromptu video that I wasn't planning live, and I thought, you know what, I might just go live. The kids were running amok around the house, and I thought it's an easy way to get out of the way. So if anyone hasn't seen it, I think everyone in here now has been here since the beginning, pretty much. So that's helmet, definitely one to get. Do you know you're not the only person who said that to me, Paul? And I remember that's all like an old joke thing, isn't it? Just picture people naked or people in their underwear. Yeah. On the phone. Catch everyone later. Yeah, no worries, zombie. Thanks for stopping in, mate. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna wrap it up now anyway. I really do appreciate everyone giving me your time. Listening to an old man in his 40s ramble on about Star Wars. One thing I'll say is anyone's got any suggestions for videos you want to see, or like pop them in the comments, or message me. Any particular props you want to see, any reviews of films or watch alongs or anything like that you want, just let me know. It's quite hard, sort of. I didn't want to just stick to lightsabers or stick to helmets. I wanted to be chats and stuff like that. So, any guests that you think are attainable to get on, let me know. Anyone's got any contacts of guests who over YouTubers who think content creators, Star Wars, who think it'd be good to interview and get on. I've got loads of stuff prepped for guests. I've had guests that have said they're going to come on, and one's just decided to call it quits. One's ghosting me, and another one has just decided he hasn't got the time now. So, which is fine. I don't mind. I get that. I am going to message Eminem props and see. I might message Eminem as well, see if I can get him on. Eminem prop shop and see if she fancies it. Fancies coming on and having a chat. There's a few other creators who I think might come on. Yeah, do reactions to films and series. Yeah, I am thinking about that. I was thinking so I did reaction to Andor, but I might do a watch along for Ahsoka. Sort of react to it live on that, but I don't know. I'll have another look. Right, so we've just hit 2 hours 30. So I think I'll call it quits there. I really do appreciate everyone coming and getting involved and chatting, and it makes it so much easier than the sort of being one person there and me just or waffle anyway. But yeah, let me know. Was the sound all right? Was the video or any improvements, as long as it's constructive, I'm open to comments. Anything you want to see me build or review, like I say, or anything like that, drop them in the comments. So when I end this, it'll upload as a normal video. Yeah, may the force be with you as well. And look, everyone, thanks for coming. And from me and mine, to you and yours. See you on the next one.